Microphone is turning on. I see a fence on. Heyo! Welcome. We are going to this menu because we don't have a game today. And, come on, Charizard, you can do it. Hello! Welcome in, Fen. Welcome to another walking through memory lane in my childhood. This is the PS2 Edition. We have a ton of games, so this is probably going to be broken up into 2 or maybe even 3 streams. The difference is between the last one is I already made my entire spreadsheet like I did with the first one, where I was writing it as I went. So the only thing that's not filled in is yes, yes, possible, 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 no, no. And a few of those are filled in because I already have efficiency! Yay! Alright. Oh, Jesus, this thing. About 2/3 to 3/4 of this is completely filled. So that's why this is a hefty endeavor. But I have played most of these. I don't know. Oh, some of these games I want to stream. I'm already thinking, like, a lot of these have licensed music. The ones that I want to. There we go. But you might be able to get away with licensed music if you're not just sitting. Oh, go for it. You might be able to get away with licensed music sometimes if the aspect of your title is not just the music. So, like a racing game, if you're racing, your element is the racing. The music in the background is just kind of background noise to kind of help you promote yourself along. Like, there's people who use copyrighted music in their streams just as a background noise, like when they're doing like just chatting and stuff like that. So, it's possible some of these will be able to. The issue is when a game is just about music, because I'm looking at one right now that's right at the top of my list, and that one's probably going to be a no because you are playing a music game. So we'll get to that in a second. So I'm just going to wait for you to get back because you are the guest on the show. Where's the phone? There we go. We shouldn't have to mess with this too much. I'm just looking at some of the games just in the first, like, 20 odd games. I'm like, this is a very eclectic list of games. But they're good. Most of them. Is my camera buffering? Am I seeing that, or is it keeping up with you on your end? Okay, I think it's just me moving at like different variations. I was like, huh, interesting. Okay, Lady Fanragan is back. Welcome, welcome. Alright, so, we're gonna go ahead and get started. We'll see... Oh, you're at the computer today. Nice. Okay, yeah, no, am I clean on your end with the camera, or is there like a little buffer every once in a while of me like just like transitioning into a new motion? Or am I clean on your end? Just curious. There's a buffer? Okay, so yeah, so that's just streaming. Kind of a buzzkill in some certain aspects, but it is what it is. So, we are going to go ahead and start up. Am I moving over here? Yeah, moving over here. Good. Go here. Then go back here. Alright, so, game number 1 on the list is a game that I've actually beaten multiple times. I really enjoy it. I don't know how like other people would feel about it just because of the age of it, even though it is still considered one of the best action flight simulators. It is Ace Combat 4 Shattered Skies. This is one of the first games I remember beating on the PS2. I had to play on easy, of course, but I was a kid. But you have like 50 to 60 different airplanes you can unlock. Each one has different dynamics. Has actually an engaging backstory that goes along as you play it. I really do enjoy. Yeah, so flight combat, very very intense. Uh, but I really enjoy this game. I also have the next one in the series. This is Ace Combat 4 Shattered Skies, and then the next one is Ace Combat 5 Shattered Sky, or The Unsung War. So I'll pull that one up real quick. So that's this one. Ace Combat 5, The Unsung War. This one added a dynamic that was really interesting and was utilized in the Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2 game, where you could command your co-pilots, like the ones that were flying missions around with you. You could say, go after the fighters, go after the turrets on the ground, let me take care of this part of the mission, and the AI would actually go and do something dynamic against the other pilots, take out ground targets. You could tell them to stay on you, and they would cover your back while you were doing certain things. So that added an AI tactic to the game that was very promising. So with the two Ace Combat games, are we yes, potential, or no, or in between? What would you say? I'm making these potential. Okay, that is fair. Is there a leaning? Is there a leaning or just straight potential? Leaning yes. Okay. So. Good. Okay. Now, unfortunately, the next game, I already know it's going to be slightly problematic. As I was saying, I think you were switching screens and everything when I was having my little tangent. But one of the games that has kind of come up later on, I want to play them, but there is copyrighted music in them. But I don't know what the copyright section of Twitch is. If like the game, like what's happening is background noise, and it's not necessarily just playing on screen. Like I was playing Spider-Man, and I had music from Spider-Man playing the entire game, and I didn't get a copyright hit until the credit sequence, when we were just talking over the credits, or I was letting the credits run. But I got copyright for two of the original soundtrack pieces, like the orchestral pieces from the Spider-Man game. I was blocked out for about 5 minutes on the VOD. So I don't know what it is, because those same pieces of music were in the game, and I was not copyright hit. So I don't know what the situation is with those. But next up, we have, which I'm kind of in the same vein from the last video, I have Aggressive Inline. This is very reminiscent to the Tony Hawk and the Dave Mirra games, where they're an action X game style, like doing like crazy tricks and everything. But this one is more of, whereas like Tony Hawk is more of like a young child to teen demographic, where it kind of gets into this one goes into like the crazy bizarre that would like angsty teens would get into. So I put no, because I don't know about copyright with that one, but there's a lot of other games on here that I want to play for one reason or another. The other thing is, though, I could just turn off the music. I mean, it would be boring with some of these games, but I could turn off the music. But this is no from me. Okay. I already had it as a no anyway. This one is interesting, because it is, again, one of those Tony Hawk style games where it's like you have, you're doing like an action sports style thing. But this one is called, if I can hold it right for this one's called Airblade, and it is actually a story-driven extreme sport game where you have a hoverboard and you have to complete objectives around the area in order to complete your mission, escape a government agency that's trying to take over that's trying to take your hoverboard away from you. So I don't remember if there's licensed music or if it's original music, but you're a kid on a hoverboard and you have to do story missions and stuff. So I don't know if that sounds interesting or not, but that is that one. Is that another no? Is that a potential no? There we go. Potential depending on copyright claims. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that one's a middle of the ground. Middle ground. It's also one of the hardest PlayStation 2 games because whereas like Tony Hawk, Aggressive Inline, Dave Mirra, you would have like 9 or 10 objectives and you could split them up over 9 or 10 runs if you wanted to. This one, you have to complete every mission in one run. You have ways to increase your time, but you have to complete every mission, which means you kind of have to explore and figure things out. Next up, don't you run away from me. This thing is so side heavy. So next up, this is the one that I'm going to say is a definite no, but I just want to show it off anyway. I have Amplitude. This was Guitar Hero before Guitar Hero. So this was a action music game where you were like space pilots shooting different types of gems, but the gems actually coincided with music. I'm already going to say no for this one. Unless I can get permission from Twitch to like do like a charity stream with it where I'm not going to make any money off of it. Anything I do would go to proceeds. I would not mind doing something like that with it. But as just a general stream with me, I'm going to have to say no to it because copyright. It is literally just playing music. There's nothing else to this. You are making the music on the screen happen. So I'm already going to post that as probably a no. Because music. I mean, enough said with that, right? Alright, following Amplitude, we have an adorable game. I've actually never beat this one. Actually, most of these on this list I never beat. We have Ape Escape 2, and I actually don't own the original one, so I need to get... Yep. Anything that's a copyright concern is a no unless I can get compliance with Twitch to say do a charity stream where I'm going to say anything I make is going to go to charity, not to me, because I'm not going to make any money off of this. Yeah, so I have Ape Escape 2. I actually don't own the first one. Kind of a shame, and I should probably find the original. But how you're reacting, that's going to probably be a definite yes. That's a definite yes, I take it, right? And not just a definite, like an emphatic yes! That's just yes. Alright, next up, we have a strategy RPG with... I am way off camera. Let me move this over. We have Arc the Lad, Twilight of Spirits. This is a tactical RPG, fantasy-based. Story of two brothers separated at birth. Story of two characters. I can't actually... If you haven't played, I shouldn't actually say too much, but two separate storylines. One taking place in the realm of humans, one taking place in the realm of demons. It is a fantastic story. I have beaten that one. Yes, I have beaten that. Is that a potential yes for you? Because this one I think I can get access to this on the PlayStation 5 if I don't pull out the PlayStation 2. It's an engaging story. So, is that a yes or a potential yes? Just want to confirm. Okay. I keep changing my drink. I forget, we're both like major JRPG fans. So. Okay, so continuing part of the series from the last game, we have Army Men RTS, which is the same characters from the last one from the last stream that I did, except that it plays as an RTS, so you can create a base, create new soldiers. I did enjoy playing it. The story takes a pretty good amount of hours. It's about a 50 to 60 hour campaign. All the well, PlayStation 2, the PlayStation was the console for RPGs for years. Like, if you wanted to play an RPG, you played on the PlayStation. If you wanted to play a platform, you played on Nintendo. If you wanted to play a shooter, you played on the Xbox. If you wanted to play high-speed action or adventure games, you played on the Dreamcast. So, like, those consoles all had their, like, cup of tea. PlayStation was the RPG console forever. So, I went on a tangent. So, Army Men RTS, you can control a small army of little army men to fight against the tan soldiers. You have specialty soldiers from the original game, but you can actually tell them where to go. So you have the flamethrower specialist, the rocket specialist, the sniper. There's a story involving a green general potential. Okay, a green general who went crazy. Not potential. Thank you. Okay, with the I don't know how well this would transfer, especially, but with the popularity of the latest game, I have Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. This is an isometric. This is a isometric hack and slash RPG. Okay, I can see that. It might be a one-off stream until we get other games done, and then we can go back to it if it's like the ones that are left. But I do kind of agree with it. Like, you can kind of like get the potential. Okay, so I'll say potential for this one. All right, this is our first funky game. Potential, not potential. Thank you. We have. This is the first funky one that I'm going to be surprised if you heard of it. This is Battle Engine Aquila. It was a game that I found back when I was a teenager. The official PlayStation magazine gave out a demo disc that you could plug into the PlayStation and the PlayStation 2, and you could play out, try some games out and everything. This was on the very first one that I ever got. This is it's so weird to it's a war mech game where your mech is a tank, a war mech, or a fighter jet, depending on what access point you're doing. So it has 3 different points that you can do to. It's supposed to be a very difficult game. I don't think I got very far in it when I was younger. But yeah, it's a game that allows you to transform your battle device as whatever you need it. Do you want it to be a tank? Do you want it to be a free-forming mech with Gatling guns? Or do you want it to be a fighter jet type situation? That's the best way I can describe it. If that sounds interesting, cool. If not, we will move on and put that at a later date. Let's see where we're going. Potential, yes. Cool. Okay. Potential. Whoa, what? Ah, flip. Everything got... Oh, did everything... Hold on. Like, everything pre-filled on my list. I don't know why. It's not even, like, filled correctly. It's like it kind of feels like the Game Grumps, like, ending screen sometimes, where it's like half of them are... Oh, shit. I didn't do that right. No. Go here. Go here. Now go here. Go up one. Why? Go up. Hold on, technical difficulty. Hold on. I don't know what the hell my computer did, but I was literally listening it in, and it's like, oh, you want to autofill? I'm like, no. And it just did like a copy and paste of everything. Leave. Okay. We're in the E's, we're in the D's, we're in the C's. Okay, there we go. Now we're where we need to be. This is probably going to be a no for you, this next one. But, hold on. This is Blitz the League. This is a mature version of the old NFL Blitz game where it actually has a storyline, but like where the original NFL Blitz games were more comedic, where it's like you would have a character like have his helmet like scrunched down on his head and it would be kind of like running around feel funny. Like you could actually in this game in the story choose to like destroy a character's knee to like make a productive season, and then if one of your characters gets injured, you can choose to either put them through therapy or just juice them so that they can get back into the game. And it's like a cause and effect, your choices matter in the season type thing. So as a football like RPG, I'm gonna call it, it's rather dynamic, but it's very very how do I want to place it, it's very dark for a football story. It's like very reminiscent to what is it, Friday Night Lights. I can't remember what it is. Where it's like John Voight. I had a feeling for that, but I'll say no. I'll say potential no for just a general stream. But I had a feeling it was going to lean more towards no. I don't even know how well it would do. I also don't remember if there's copyrighted music on it as well. This is a game I've never beaten, and I'm like hitting myself for not beating it because I played it, I got far in it, and then I just stopped playing. This is Blood Will Tell. This is how to explain it. Do you know the story of the Japanese folklore where the shogun, in order to get power and near immortality, gives his firstborn son to demons, and they pretty much rip his soul apart in order to like acquire like mass power and like magical abilities. Do you know that folktale? Have you heard of that folktale? Just kind of... Okay, yeah. There's a Japanese folk story or folktale where it's a shogun, some high, like medium ranked uh, uh, Japanese man. I don't even know. It's always a man that causes problems in the Japanese stories. I hate to say it, but he decides he wants to acquire more power through any means necessary. So he makes a deal with a oni. I'm not being wrong on that, but he makes a deal with an oni, a demon, whatever. So in order to gain power, he has to give his firstborn to the demons, and they feast on pretty much every aspect of the child. So even down to the spirit and the soul is supposed to be ripped apart, but the soul remains in this like it's pretty much like a husk of a person. But this game is the story of what happens afterwards, where a blacksmith finds the child, somehow raises him, and then through the first half of the game, it's literally you're a samurai cyborg, which like you can pull your hand off and you have a blade underneath. You can like you can pop your knee out of place and there's a cannon in your knee type situation. So it's a high-paced action game where you play as a cyborg samurai, but when you defeat a demon slash Oni with your character, it'll return one part of your body that demon stole back to you. So, and it's literally engaged, like, in order to get, like, you can, like, say, like, your digestive system, because you know food in video games, that's how you heal. As soon as you start acquiring more to your digestive system, PS2 gory, so not, I mean, it's a mature game for that, but I mean, like, nothing like nowadays, because, like, you can go high end on the gore nowadays. It is a graphic title, but I don't think it's, like, that bad in terms of what's going on now. But potential, yes. I will say this: that would probably be one of the games I'm most excited to once we get to it. But there are other titles that we could probably get to. One of my personal opinions, one of the most underrated fighting games of all time, and I'm so sad they haven't made another one in recent history. I got Bloody Roar 3. This is where... what's the word I'm looking... This is a fighting game... Okay, yeah, so not a lot, definitely not as much gore as, like, especially, like, the original trilogy God of War, because I feel there's more gore in the Greek mythology God of War than there is in the Norse mythology, because he kind of holds back a little bit in comparison. But... Sweet, then Death, yeah, okay, so I'll change that. But then we have, but this is Bloody Roar. This is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated fighting games of all time. It is a I'm trying to think if it's a tournament or some sort of war situation, but you have, like, all these characters that have lycanthropic abilities, but they each have different animals they can turn into. So you have Hugo the wolf. You have Leo. No, not Leo. Is it Leon? No. I forgot who the lion is. We have a person turns into a wolf, a lion, a leopard, a bunny, a bat. It's Jesse? I think Jesse the bat. There's a mole. But there's, like, all these... Cool, Def, yes. Alright. So hold on, let me back up here. So this is yes. This is not a U. That's yes. Now for the games I'm questioning, because I love these games, but I don't know what the copyright situation would be. Like, Tony Hawk, I like Tony Hawk games, but, like, these, I played the shit out of these. I almost 100%ed this one. I don't remember if I 100%ed it, but I got my favorite racing game. I have Burnout 3 and I have Burnout 4. If there is a way I can stream these without getting copyright hit, I would love to do these. The sad part would mean I would probably have to turn down the music or get in touch with Twitch to see, like, is it okay if I play this and the music's going off in the back? I myself can contact Twitch, right, and ask them. I don't exactly know. I don't have an agent. I'm not big time, but I'm wondering if I could ask them, like, is it okay if I do a game that has copyright music if I'm focusing? But, like, these are my favorite racing games of all time, just because of how they're fast, they're action-packed, they want you to take out your opponents in stylish ways. My favorite mode is the crash mode, where literally you take a vehicle, you find you're driving into an intersection, you see how much damage you can cause. And I mean, I'm not going to do it in real life, but it is one hell of a rush when you do that correctly. So, copywriting is putting it towards no. Nostalgia and how much I love these games is putting it more towards potential yes. So just by that dynamic, I'm thinking I put it into potential. But I don't know what you think. I need a drink. I'm getting too animated. What is your opinion? 'Cause it matters. Oh, my leg's falling asleep. This thing is heavy. Are more for VODs. So I'd be able to stream it, but I wouldn't be able to keep the VODs. Okay. Not bad. I just wanted to shift a little bit so my leg wouldn't fall asleep. That is a very good point. So, because of how much I like these, that is a very good point. I'm going to put these as potential. Probably potential, yes, because for me, I love these. Actually, I have streamed. Was it before I saved my videos, though? Was it before I saved my VODs? I did play a Burnout game on my stream once. I don't remember if the VOD got hit. I have to double... Well, I can't double check now because the VOD's gone. I have to double check that. Yeah, so I'll have to dig into that. I might... If there's a way I can call and ask Twitch, I will do that. I'm going to put this as a potential... These as a potential yes. Because these are literally my favorite racing game. Like, everyone's like... Everyone's all like, No, it did it again! Why are you... What is this? Undo flash fill. Thank you. Oh. Okay, but... Yeah, it keeps trying to add things that I'm not trying to add, and it's like, flash fill! I'm like, no. Alright. Now, for what I find very funny with what's been happening in recent history with this game. 2 of my favorite shooters are coming up, and they're from a series that have been my opinion, neglecting their player base a lot. I have Call of Duty Finest Hour and Call of Duty Big Red 1. These, in my opinion, are 2 of the best first-person shooter campaigns I have ever played. This one takes place on 4 different campaigns across the entire war. You fight on the Russian front, you fight in Africa, you fight during... No, do you fight in Normandy in this one? You fight in Normandy in this one. But you fight across multiple fronts on this one. You see what it's like being in Russia during the occupation. You see what it's like fighting against Rommel in the deserts of Africa. This one follows the entire story of the Big Red 1, and it's actually like heartbreaking, some of the sequences in this, because you get attached to characters and you find out which characters actually lived and died in the actual missions from the actual retelling of their missions. So these, I've beaten both of these. These are fantastic first-person shooter campaigns. They're both also hard, even on normal. So, like, this is how I'm going on a little tangent here, but these are how first-person shooter campaigns should be. World War II style. Depends on what people want. So, yes on here are play through the game. Potential yes are going to be, if people enjoy them, we'll continue them. And then if it's kind of like, we're not really interested, then we'll move on. So if it's kind of, if you think like these might be good for a one-off stream, we'll put these under potential yes. But I'm just going off a tangent because I just hate, literally, what was it? The campaign for the new Modern Warfare was 3 hours long. This one on its own, PS2 era, no multiplayer on this game. This had a 19 to 20 hour campaign on it. So with your comment, I'll put it as potential yes. Okay. Let's see. This is a fun one. Not one of my favorites, but I got Capcom vs. SNK 2, Mark of the Millennium. This was one of those video game crossovers where you could have Ryu Hayabusa... No, not Ryu. Wow, why am I... It's just Ryu. Like, I don't even remember his last... You can have Ryu from Capcom face off against Terry Bogard from the SNK... What was his original game? Because SNK is just the conglomeration of all their games. I can't remember what game he's originally from. but this is considered one of the best 2D fighting games. So you can implement both styles. So you can have a character who uses straight Street Fighter rules, teaming up with a person who's from the SNK series, and vice versa. Um, so it's a fun fighting game. It's not one of my top ones. Like Bloody Roar, I would say is one of the most underrated games of all time. But it's my opinion's neither here nor there in the major spectrum. So, okay, I'm gonna say potential no. Like, it could be a fun, that one could be a fun one-off, but it's not something I'm gonna go for right away. So, that's that. A game I never got far in coming up. We have Cold Fear. This is a survival horror game taking place on a massive, is it a fishing vessel? It's like a oil rig or a massive like cargo ship in the middle of the Arctic, hence the Cold Fear part. But it has gameplay elements from Resident Evil 4, so like the moving around, the over the shoulder type gameplay. I don't remember what the enemies are like, but the dynamics are the one of the major dynamics of the game is that you're on the deep ocean on a massive cargo ship in like one of the areas of the world that has the most inclement weather and like the massive wave set. So you'll actually have parts where you're walking on the ship and a wave, you can see a wave coming, it'll actually warn you have to hold on to something, and you actually have to get to a spot where you can actually hold on to the side as the ship goes from this all the way to this and then comes back, and you have to fight the weather as well as enemies on screen. So it was dynamic for the time. I know it did not sell well, though. Obviously, because if it sold well, it probably would have been another series. That was Ubisoft? Really? Huh. Potential yes. Okay. A lot of these I feel are going to be potential yes. Okay. This is... Next up, we have Cold Winter. This is it first person or third person? I can't remember. It's been a while since I played it. This is a action shooter espionage game. I don't know when it's set. I haven't played this in forever. I don't even think I got that far in it. I don't know if it did anything. Oh wow, this is Sierra game. This is old. I don't even remember the last time Sierra made a game. But yeah, so action shooter espionage style. Don't know. I personally don't remember much about it. Even when it's coming out, it was one of those things where I saw it in a bargain bin. I was like, "Ooh, I'll buy this." So, gonna put it out there. So, I lean either way. I don't know if it sounds interesting to you. Also, with the way I'm describing it, probably not. Oh yeah, so this is it. I don't remember anything from it though. My drink is closed. Okay, I'm going to put it as a potential no. If it's a no from you, you have an emphatic, like, no, I'm not interested. And I'm like, that's fine. Ooh, another JRPG. If you've heard of this, I'll be incredibly excited. We have Dark Cloud. I technically have Dark Cloud 2 on the PlayStation. The PlayStation... Actually, I think I have both of these on the PlayStation 4. But we have Dark Cloud. That's not even waiting. It's just yes. Okay, so yes. We'd have no talking about. It's like yes. This one would be for if I got my brother on stream. But we have Def Jam Vendetta by EA Big. This was strangely one of the best wrestling games on the PS2, but all the characters besides your character are hip-hop, rappers, musical artists, and everything like that. It actually has a very diverse story, and 4 different characters to choose from the story. It's the same story throughout the entire thing. Your choices change the final outcome, but you have 4 characters to choose from. There's a speedster, there's an all-round, there's a submission expert, and then there's a... just like the heavy guy who's like the tank character who he may not dish a lot of damage, but he can take a lot of damage. But it's strangely got a very good story for a wrestling game, but I don't. It's weird. I don't own the sequel, which is a shame because the sequel is one of the hardest games. Leaning no. Okay, nope, that's fine. But the sequel to that game is one of the hardest games to find on the PS2. Because it expanded on the roster. You had like 60 to 70 rappers. Either Exhibit or Snoop Dogg was the final boss. I don't remember which one. But it is what it is. Another game suit. I started this one? I think I might have started this one. I don't remember. I got Disgaea 2. Disgaea is... you probably have heard of Disgaea if you were a JRPG fan. Disgaea is one of the prominent JRPG tactical style games. Much in the frame of... Yep, there we go. It's like, yes. It's like, I don't even need to continue. You already know it. Let's see here. We have... Dead or Alive 2. Oh, Dead or Alive 2 Hardcore. Like, nothing showing on this case what it actually is. This CD. This is well-known fighting game, mostly known for the very, very voluptuous women. But actually, I was really good at this game. I'm trying to think it. I mean, if we did the story mode would be just getting through all the characters, saying that we did it, and then going. I don't think we would try to do. Yeah, I know DOA. Is that yes, no, potential for you enjoying it? Like, even if it's like we do like a stream every once in a while type thing. Oh, I also have I have later Dead or Alives as well too. So, those are on the later consoles. So is that a yay, nay, eh? That's true. That is very true. I do have other fighting games. A game I've never played, but I think I've seen people play it, but I don't know anything about it. I have Dunkapon Kingdom. I know nothing about this game. And I know it's like cutesy and artsy and stuff like that. Oh, it's an Atlas game. I didn't realize that. That's cool. I didn't know. I've never played this one. I picked it up towards the end of my run playing on the PlayStation 2. And I am a pack rat gamer, so I keep these. Yeah, that's what this is like. Atlas, though. So, we're leaning potential yes on this one, correct? Because we know nothing about it, but it's an RPG made by Atlas. I mean, come on. Eh? So, potential yes, I'm going to say. Yeah, I can't think of any bad games that Atlas has done. Like, there's been like, yeah, they have a real good track record. It's a shame I don't have more of these, but I have Dot Hack Infection, Dot Hack Part 1. Is this Dot Hack sign or no? This is Dot Hack Part 1 Infection. This is... You've heard of this one. This is the single-player RPG, but you play in an MMO world. So, like, they actually have characters in the game that'll pop in, and they'll, like, be, like, acting like real characters from. So, like, the dynamic and the AI in this is incredible. I don't know if you... Like, I know... Okay, yep. I was waiting for the yes. That's what I was waiting on. Like, I was just babbling until I saw the yes. Excuse me. Wait. Wait. Hold up. Def Jam. Yes. Potential yes. Yes. Oh, here it is. Okay. For some reason, like, I didn't see it for a second. This could be hit or miss. We got Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2. This was the fighting game for Dragon Ball Z. This one was using cel-shaded graphics compared to the original Dragon Ball Z Budokai, that used 3D models, which was... Okay, yeah. I only own the first one, which makes me sad because there's 4. DBZ is better than DOA. All right, so I'll say potential. I'll say potential yes as well. Shout out to Mr. Toriyama. You have made wonderful content for years and years and years to come. Thank you very much. Just wanted to say that really quick. And actually, the next game on my list also is an Akira Toriyama. I got Dragon Quest VIII. This took me forever to beat, but this is one of the best turn-based RPGs I have ever played. You actually have to beat the game twice. Well, actually, you got to beat the game, and then after you beat the game, a new area opens up, which gives you the true ending of the game once you finish it. So, if you have not played it, I highly recommend trying this out. It takes forever because you have to grind. The grinding is real on this. Like, I literally didn't leave cities for like 15 to 20 hours until I had all the equipment up and all my characters were at least 5 or 6 levels higher than what they were when we got there. But definitely, yes. I'm already. You already said it, but I'm already gonna say yes. This one's interesting. This is another Square Enix game, but different from their other titles. If you've heard of it, I got Drakengard. So this is a action style RPG. Combines sword combat with your main character, but you can also fly a dragon. Interesting premise, if you are not familiar, and you probably are. This is the precursor. It is actually a direct successor. So the games that come after this. This is a direct successor to the Nier series. So Nier and Nier Automata are part of the Drakengard universe. If you were familiar with that. So... And then I also have, on the same vein, I have Drakengard 2 as well. So, I've never gotten Farm. They are hard game. Though they were hard for me when I was a kid. Let me rephrase that. So, potential yes on... I'll say potential yes on both. Oh, good. The autofill thing has gone away completely. I'm going to go ahead and say this one's probably going to be a meh. Because I bought this and I don't remember. I just love the fact that it's made from BAM! Entertainment, if you can see that. It's made BAM! With an exclamation mark. This is Dropship United Peace Force. I don't remember what this is. I think it's like a tactical... like... I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if it's a shooter or if it's like you have to tactically bring in forces for a war. So kind of like an RTS, but you don't get involved with the fighting. I don't remember, to be quite honest. Like, just for the mystery, I'm going to say potential, because I don't know enough about this game. But, like, But still, BAM! So I'm going to say potential. I'm in the meh. I'm in the mid range with that, so yay or nay. One of the games that might get copyright claimed, but it would still be fun to play. We got Enter the Matrix. So, the second and third movie tie-in video game. But you don't play as the main character. So that might be the one saving grace with this one. Is that you don't... There are scenes from the movie, but there's scenes that were created just for this game. So the intellectual property with this one might not be the same as some other games that are going to be coming later, even though I really want to play some of them that are going to come up. So once again, it's going to be a lot of copyright stuff that we have to delve into. So I don't know how you feel. Once again, the potential for copyright stuff is going to be an issue, but potential pending copyright. So I agree with that. This one's an interesting game. We got Eve of Extinction. This was a game that I saw way back when I was in middle school. Because that was when I first got my original PlayStation. And I saw an article for this game in the PlayStation Monthly magazine. This is a... I can't even say it's a clone, because I think this came out before Devil May Cry. But this is a game that's very reminiscent in gameplay to Devil May Cry. You have a hero who can wield multiple weapons. His weapons are the spirit of his girlfriend who was part of a government experiment or something like that, and she's trying to break free, and you're trying to help her break free. I think that's the premise. It's been so long, but the action sequences are actually quite good. Your character can use a sword, a staff, claws, or I can't remember. There's a fourth weapon, hammer. I don't remember, but solid maybe. So I'll say that with your maybe is a potential yes, because your potential and potential no's, you have a very distinct like eh. Like you say eh, that puts me in potential. If you go, I'm not really feeling that, that goes potential no. And when you give an adamant no, that's like yeah no. This one I've never played before, but I heard it's not good, but it's a good story. I have Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus, which is the game where you play as Vincent Valentine. I've never played this one. I heard it's not good, but it's a Final Fantasy game that I haven't played. So, I don't know. What do you feel about this one? I'm torn because I've heard many, many things about this game being awful, hard to play, great graphics, and amazing cutscenes. So you got the Final Fantasy treatment with the cutscenes and the graphics, but I don't know. I don't know about this one just because of what I've heard from the game. But I have it. I've never played it. That is very true. I do plan on playing the Final Fantasy games, though, on my channel, so carefully, because if you play the music too long on its own, you can get copyright hit from that. Alright, so I'm going to say potential, like down the middle of the road. Okay, this one's interesting. Hey, hon. This one is interesting. This is Firefighter FD18, so Fire Department 18. This is done by when Konami actually cared about making games, in my opinion. It's a action third-person shooter where you fight dynamic fires with your water hose. So like, there's one part where like, I mean, it's just because it's a video game and everything, but there's one part where, like, the fire turns into a raging lion type thing and starts, like, charging you, and you have to, like, choose where you're gonna go and everything. Huh? What's up? I didn't hear anything. Okay, but yeah, Firefighter FD18. It has one of those weird Konami storylines where it's like the firefighter's looking for his lost sister that was lost in a fire when he was younger type situation. You know, Konami. We're actually making pretty good progress. I'm happy with this for how long we've been on. Granted, we have a lot of stuff coming up toward. We got a lot of games in the later letters. So, what do we feel about Firefighter? Maybe. Okay, so we'll just say potential. Thank you, me, for actually writing potential, not potential. That's bugging me that I'm doing that. This one's really, really hard. I beat this as a kid, but I have played, I don't even remember if it was an easy mode or like a super easy mode. Granted, I could probably do it better now that I understand tactics and everything a little bit better now, but this is Freedom Fighters. This is considered one of the best alternate history video games. This is alternate post-World War II, where Soviet Russia has taken over Europe and starts invading New York City. You are originally a plumber whose brother is kidnapped by the Russian forces, and you become a freedom fighter in order to bring prosperity to the city. It has... Yeah, alt history is always amazing. I got another one Oh, it's a PS3 game. That'll be on another much later stream because we're gonna go through the PS2 games and then we're gonna go through the PS3 games. Let me know on Discord or just on here if you want me to do one for my disc-based PS4 and PS5 games, and we can look through those as well. Um, no, I love alternate history games as well, and I think I have 2 or 3 in my PS3 collection. We had one of these in my last stream. I told you how much I loved it. We got Front Mission 4. This is a continuation of the franchise, but it's its own story. It's like I don't even know if it's like years or the same time frame or whatnot, but more mechs, more destruction, more tactics that you can use because they implement like new things called like there's a radar attachment, so a person can have something on his back. I heard mechs. Yeah, so it's mechs is always a yes. So here's the thing with the Front Mission series, which is going to be a definite yes for you. It's mechs, so mech suits mixed with Final Fantasy Tactics. That's what the game is. So I'm already putting it as yes, but I'm gonna I hit the cap lock button. But that's what it is. It's mechs mixed with Final Fantasy Tactics, and you can. There's actually 2 different stories that are going simultaneously with this one, which is interesting as well. So I don't know how they meet because I never beat it. So that would be another fun. The Front Mission series is one of my favorite underrated series. I keep saying like I have all these underrated series. I feel they're underrated because no one does them anymore. They are bringing Front Mission back though. Front Mission 1, 2, and I think 3 are being remade on the Switch. I'd love them to come to the PlayStation though. Sony, please. It'd make it a lot easier to stream. Next we have, this might be another issue with copyright because I wasn't even thinking about this. We got Full Metal Alchemist and the Broken Angel. This is a action RPG set in the Full Metal Alchemist world. You play as Ed or Al. There are cutscenes from the show. I just thought of that though. So that is going to be the. I'm going to put. Already, I'm at the potential until I can get. I know. I'm already going to put it in potential, but I had to discuss things. I had to see if I can actually contact Twitch and over copyright stuff to find out like if a game is allowed, because like. Going on to some other things, I know it's their own thing, but like nudity with Twitch is very specific. Nudity and sex scenes are very specific to, is the game only about that type of stuff, or is it just one scene from the game? Because I had some people who played like Heavy Rain and God of War that has those types of scenes in it, and Twitch doesn't do anything because it's one scene. No, you can't. I would never ever do anything like Honey Pop or some of those other games, but I'm wondering if it's the same with. Copyright material where it's like if it's something that's being in the game and it's being shown only on like a brief moment, then I'm wondering if it would be allowed. So I had something that I'm gonna have to figure out and just like actually do some work as a streamer and actually contact Twitch. So this one I don't know much about. I think it's a action RPG horror game called Gallery Ash. I don't know much about the series. I know this is a sequel, and I've never... Probably why I'm confused is I've never played the original. I don't even know what the original was on. So, Sammy Studio. Yeah, so like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know much about this. I believe the original game is on the PlayStation. So maybe my issue is I was trying to play the sequel before playing the original. Go figure. But I don't know much about this. This is probably a potential no, in my opinion. Just for stream, like if we don't have the whole story, we're probably not going to be engaged to know what's going on with this one. So, I'm leaning potential no myself already. So, if you have a different opinion on that, let me know. If you're already not excited, then no. That's the thing. Like, I'd play it. I would probably have to play it off stream to see if I think it would be good enough on stream. If that makes sense. Oh, this one Wait, what? Wait. What? Potential? Potential, yes. Yes. Oh, I didn't mark... I didn't mark the... There we go. Potential... I forgot to mark the Fullmetal Alchemist game. That's why my stuff was off. Potential, no. This game I enjoyed. This is Ghost Hunter. This is a third-person shooter. I would almost say horror. There are some really spooky moments to this. But think Ghostbusters, but if you actually use, like, guns. So, like, instead of, like, a plasma stream type situation with the Ghostbusters, you actually have something that, like, shoots out, like, little like, energy bullets and stuff like that towards ghosts and stuff, and you have to disrupt their energy and stuff like that. Has a really good story. I have beaten this. And if we do play this, I'm going to just tell you, it pulls a control. And you'll understand what I mean when we play it. Solid maybe. So we're going potential yes. Also has, for a PlayStation 2, like, not really, like, known game, it has really good voice acting. We have Gladius. This is a tactical RPG where you have gladiators in the Roman era, and you have to, like, make your team and hire, like, mercenaries at different points, or, like, increase the stats of your team in order to fight in gladiator battles, and, like, create, like, your own reputation, I think? I don't remember. It's been a long time since I played this. But yeah, so tactical RPG set in gladiators. You can have, like, a centurion, you can have a spearmaster, you can have... Don't remember what the healer class is. Potential, yes. Okay. I was leaning there as well. Another JRPG I've never played. I bought it because it was a JRPG. We got the Grandia series. We got Grandia 3. I don't know if there's continuity is the only issue with these. Which is the reason why I do like Final Fantasy. Okay, you know the Grandia series. Is there continuity? Do I need to play 1 and 2 before this? Or is it kind of its own freestanding title? That's part of Grandia 3. Yeah. So, you apparently know a little bit more about Grandia than I do. Is that freestanding? Okay, we'll have to do some research on that. Are we doing on time? Okay, so you have about half an hour left. We made some good progress, though. Okay, next up, and very simply titled, we have... Gun. This is Activision's response to another game that will come later, and I actually have that on the PlayStation 5. That one on the PlayStation 5. This is Activision's response to Red Dead Revolver, but this was the earliest situation where, like, you had a game that played like Red Dead Redemption, where, like, it was near open world. You could go into cities, you could cause mayhem or become the sheriff if you wanted to. There is some risque scenes, especially in the saloon type situation, but it's an excellent story for what it is. I'm not sure how you feel about westerns and everything else like that, but it's not a bad game. I just never beat it. Once again, the story of my life. Maybe. So we'll say that one will lean towards potential, because there was a definite. You have a maybe. I'm gonna say it sounds weird. You have a maybe and you have a maybe. Like, lowercase maybe is potential. Uppercase maybe, because you actually put the emphasis on. You actually make the effort to hit the maybe. When you have a capital M on your maybe, that goes into potential yes. When it's a lowercase m, it goes into just potential. What? Am I wrong? All right, going into some. Wow. Okay. I beat this, and I am a fan of these books, these movies. Not wrong. We got Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, the video game. This was the closest you could walk around Hogwarts in a video game until the latest one just came out, which I have not played yet. I'm waiting for it to go on sale used, because I refuse to buy it new. But I actually have four Harry Potter games for the PS2. So we just go through them really quick. I got Chamber of Secrets. I got Prisoner of Azkaban. I have actually never touched this one. I haven't touched this one or Goblet of Fire. So I'm actually just pulling out all the Harry Potter games at once. So, and then we have this one was actually fun. This is Harry Potter and the Quidditch Cup. It's actually you actually play Quidditch. That's all it is. It has a very dynamic system to it. You can actually play as chaser, play as beaters, play as chasers. You have like a button press that you can do to help your keeper block the quaffle from going through. So, all right, I'm gonna say potential on all these because it will depend later on what other people want. I'm gonna make this list, and then when we get some more people into our server, we can get some voting done with those. Oh, excuse me. This one's going to be 50-50 for me. It's a fun game, but I don't know how we'll do on stream. We have Hot Shots Tennis. So the same people that made Hot Shots Golf, but they made tennis game. So, yes, I know. I'm actually just pulling out every disc I have, so I don't even know if like this would be a good stream, but I'm just like, let's chat about it. It's like literally. But this is fun. As I said, I don't know how it would do on stream. I don't know if like this sounds interesting to play, but it is a fun title. So, I need a second. I need multiple opinions, which right now is just you. Thank you for joining me, Fembo. I appreciate it. Man, having this set up makes it a lot easier to go through these titles. Let me get some water. Yeah, so I'll say potential no. Okay. I'm getting into more of a horror-ish game. This is Hunter the Reckoning Wayward. I think it's based off a comic book. I don't remember, or they made a comic book based on this. I don't remember. But this is, much like the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance game, this is an isometric hack and slash game where you're hunters during a demon I don't even know if it's a zombie apocalypse or like a demon uprising type situation. But you have like multiple characters to choose from. Each one has like their own dynamics, which is kind of cool. But I don't remember exactly what's going on in the game. But I do appreciate, for me personally, I do love isometric hack and slashes. Technically, one of our favorite games that made us laugh last year was one of those. That was the Deadly Tower of Monsters was an isometric action game. So I love those style games. But I'm not sure about this title because I haven't played it in a long time. Solid maybe, potential. Your M was lowercase. Okay, this is where some spite comes in. Coming up. We have Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. Now, the funny thing about how this game ends up. Lara Croft was based on situations and mechanics from the Indiana Jones movie. She's a treasure hunter. She's trying to prevent people from getting artifacts or situations that could cause ruin to the world. But when this game came out, Tomb Raider had gone downhill. You had Angel of Darkness come out right before this, which is considered one of the worst games on the PlayStation 2. So, who made this one? LucasArts then took the original formula from the Tomb Raider games and implemented them with Indiana Jones. This is one of the best adventure-style games of, Indiana Jones inspired Lara Croft. The Tomb Raider games inspired this game, and then later on with the Uncharted series, which we'll get back to that series later because I did stream that a while ago, but never got back into it because I was trying to do a treasure hunt run on that and I never finished it. But this, in my opinion, on the PlayStation 2 is one of the best action adventure games for like treasure hunting, puzzle solving, and everything else like that. It was very well done. The voice actor sounds like Harrison Ford. I don't think they got Harrison Ford, but he sounds like Harrison Ford, which makes everything right, in my opinion. So yes, okay. There's a giant shark at one point. So, oh wait, is it a shark or an alligator? I think it's an alligator actually. Might be an alligator. It's been so long since I played it, I can't remember. I just remember an enemy being killed by some sort of carnivore in a cave. I can't remember if it's a shark or an alligator. It makes more sense for an alligator because a shark can't turn around, technically. Okay, so a game that caused a lot of controversy coming up. I don't know if I would get hit because there is a sex scene in this one. But we got the Indigo Prophecy. This was the game that started the whole... I don't even think... Nope, this is Quantic Dream. So this is Quantic Dream's first title. So this is... I can't remember if it's a story about cults, aliens, or something else, but your character is possessed and kills a man, and you have to solve the mystery of the murder while you're being hunted by the police and everything. But it is... I've never played more than what I played in a demo of it, so that's the one problem I have. So... No? Okay. That's an emphatic no, so that's fine. I have it on the PlayStation 4, so this one, the PlayStation 5, so this would be easy to stream, but this is a very fun racing game set in the Jak and Daxter universe. It's set after Jak 2? Yes. It's set in the world after Jak 2. Hey, hun. It's car combat mixed with treasure hunting, mixed with high-speed racing. It's the same people that do the Burnout games, but they actually got them to help out with this one. But it's Jak and Daxter. So... I keep switching my drinks. Which, if we do stream that, because I don't have them in here because I actually gave up my disc for those, we have to play... That is very true. It is one of my favorite series. So you just want to watch me geek out. That's all you really want, correct? Also, if we do Jak and Daxter, I can probably say that Hyphen would be involved with those because I got her hooked onto those games. So we'll look into those in the future. We still got Persona going through, so we're not sure when we're going to... I will update you when that potentially happens. If it's a solo stream, awesome. If we get Hyphen on board, then also even more awesome. But extra yes, double yes if Hyphen will be there. Okay. Next up. You're just that lovable. Next up, the opposite of the same games in the last stream. Fen says, of course she is.
But I don't do anything.
You don't have to. You're just lovable.
Eh.
Okay, the opposite of what happened with the PlayStation 1 streams, we have James Bond 007, Agent Under Fire, and James Bond 007, Nightfire. Now, the difference between what happened on the PlayStation 1 and these are really good first-person shooters, and they're an original story, so there's no copyrighted materials besides possibly the voice actor, but I don't think you can get hit by a voice actor copyright on Twitch. But these are excellent first-person shooters. Solid maybe, so potential... Oh wait, solid maybe, lowercase, so potential. I read that wrong for a second. Okay, next up is another another shooter, but this one is a third-person shooter. This is Kill Switch. Now, this game, gaming history-wise, is one of the most important to modern shooters, because this is the game that introduced the cover system in shooting. So games like Gears of War, Uncharted, there's 3 or 4 that I just had in mind and I can't think of them. But like, if you think like the cover system from Uncharted or Gears of War, this game created that cover system where you just run up and you get undercover. You don't have to hit a button. So, like, props to this for doing it first. I've never beaten the game. I remember it being hard, but as a game that was implementing cover for the first time, as a person that didn't have to use cover when they first started playing games, I can understand why I was having issues with it. But, solid game. If I seem a little tired, I apologize. Hyphen and I both had insomnia last night. We only got about 4 or 5 hours of sleep. But it is what it is. That's why I have caffeine. It happens. Like, just something catches our brain and we aren't able to fall asleep, even if, like, she has medicine for her anxiety and stuff like that supposed to help her sleep, and it did nothing last night. And I'm just staring at them. We started playing Clue on her phone. That's how like how much we were trying to fall asleep. What was your grade for Kill Switch? Was it a yes, maybe, no? We are making really good progress though. So we're almost through. How many balls? Oh, right. That's where some of the other issues. Nah? Okay. So, the nah is a potential no. And we have the game that was supposed to be the Halo killer when it was first announced. We have Killzone. This is a very, very strong first-person shooter campaign. But what made this one interesting is you had 4 different characters at a certain point where you could go through and play the different levels as. So you had traditional soldier, you had the stealth expert, you had the heavy, and then you had the infiltrator, who was actually a person who was a member of the opposing race that could actually do things. So you could actually like walk into buildings that were under alarm and everything, and no one would question you because you were from that race and everything. But solid first person shooter, really good story. So, whew. To keep my energy up, maybe that's a potential yes. I hit the wrong button again. There we go. Here we go. From Idols and Fresh Games. It's kind of another. I can't remember if this is JRPG or if it's just making like just utilizing JRPG elements. But we have Gaia 2. Now this one has an interesting combat system. If you've ever seen this one, if you haven't seen this one, so not sure. I've never played the original one. The original one's hard to find, so I might have to look into. Once again, as I said, I posted on the Discord when I was doing the PlayStation 1. If there are games you want me to look into, I might have to either look into an emulator or budgeting for stuff. But we have Gaia 2. This is an interesting one because you have characters that can create combos by left, right, up, down. But if you do certain combos, it'll unleash special attacks and actually uses a action point instead of just your general attack. So you can actually continuously attack and create combos. And if you do things in the correct order, you then get super combos and everything else like that. Gaia, yes. Yes. Alright. This one does not have a copyright issue. It's also the weakest of the series because it's not made by the other company. We got Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. This is actually a straight adventure game based off the original book. This is... You actually... Like, anything cut from the movies... Oh, my leg's falling asleep again. I have to constantly switch my legs because of how heavy this thing is. So, it is directly based off the book, not the movies. So you actually meet Tom Bombadil. You actually go through the section with some trolls. Um, but it's very difficult in terms of the combat is not action heavy. It is very slow paced. It's more of an open world game where you actually have to run around the Shire to complete objectives before you can actually move on and try to get from place to place. I have beaten this before. Is it a solid game? Yes. Is it as solid? Maybe. We have a lot. We have a lot more because we still have the PS3 games to go to as well. But as we said, these are all future. These are all future potential, but we don't necessarily have to do. We don't have to do any of these right away. The ones that I will consider doing right away are anything that we have a yes. So, just off my screen right now, the Grandia, Front Mission 4, Indiana Jones, and the Jack X Racing. Jack X Racing, as we both commented, we had to do Jack 1 and 2 at least beforehand, and then we can go into Jack 3. I also never, what was it, for Lost Kingdom, Forbidden Kingdom? I don't remember what the one Jack and Daxter game. Now here is the game. I'm worried about copyright, but I'm also not caring, because I want to replay these because it's been forever and I love these games. I have Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, based on the movies. These are fantastic. This one and Return of the King. Where am I going? Whoops, upside down. My hand is upside down, but I have to do it this way. And Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. These are fantastic hack and slash video games. But they use video directly from the movies. So I'm very iffy for the copyright situation. But I'm also willing, with these, I would be willing to play these because of how good these games are. I love these games. I would love for these to be remastered in some shape or form. And then going off of that, so while you're making a decision on those, solid maybe. It's because of the copyright, I know. That's like... And then one, I don't think there's actually any... This one's interesting. I'll probably have to... For any of these that we're having copyright concern, I'll probably have to call. So those two are also potential because I want to play them, but I need to be careful with copyright because I don't want my channel canceled because I decided I'm just going to do it. This one would not be copyright hit. Oh, hello. We have a raid from the lovely Harley. Welcome in. Turn that up. Hi, Candy. Welcome in. Hello, Raiders. Welcome in. Today we are just chatting. Hi, Harley. Today we are chatting about classic video games in my collection. So we're actually going through... Woo! Hello. Welcome in. Hello, Defa. Hello, Game Central. We have a Terry army as well. Welcome in. So we are playing Apex because she is a legend. Yeah, so we are going through my classic video games. We went through my PlayStation 1 games last week, and this week we're going through my PlayStation 2 games. We are at L. We are in the 60s for the count of games. How did your matches go before we move on? Alright. All the raving! Okay. So next up. So, as I was saying... I just love all the dancing emotes. I'm getting so distracted. Fun is sweaty, to be honest. As always, are they not? So, we're going through... We're saying yay or nay to games being a potential stream in the future. Yes being put this on the stream as soon as... on the channel as soon as possible. Potential being I'm interested, and no being for two reasons: either complete disinterest, or there's so much issue with possible copyright that I know I can't do them. So I'm so distracted by the dancing in the corner. Uh, Next game up on the list, we have The Lord of the Ring of the Third Age. Now, if you're not familiar with this one, this is a side story that takes place during the movies of potential characters that are all based around characters from the movies. So you have a soldier, you have a ranger, you have a dwarf. You end up getting a shield maiden from the Rohirrim. But it's characters that are following the Fellowship of the Ring but are not in it. So I don't think there's actual cutscenes in this. So this one potentially could be allowed for streaming with no issues. I could be wrong. I could be entirely wrong. I know there's voice acting and voice lines from the movie, but they're used in different ways. So we said potential for these ones. Yeah, I hope you have a good day at work. Love you, wifey. Yeah, hi. Harley is amazing. Thank you for the raid so much. Okay, so Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. So it is actually a turn-based RPG in the Lord of the Rings movie verse, but it plays like Final Fantasy X, where you can switch characters in and out. There's different parts where like a character could be like way up in the distance, and your physical attack character can hit it. So you have to bring in either your mage or your archer to do stuff. So sounds interesting. So I'll say potential yes, because that is not a maybe. Let's see. We got 20 minutes. We have... Hold on, I'm just going to see... Ooh. Now we're in the hefty part. I got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. I have 22 games in M. Do we want to end this stream? Pending copyright stuff. I don't think it's as bad as the other ones, because the other ones have direct scenes from the movies in it. But what's cool is that they take the movie scenes and they actually transition them into the gameplay. Like you actually see like human characters or like the 3D graphic movie characters, and they transfer into a 3D game character to do stuff. So it's actually very well done, especially for the time. Yeah, the next letter of the alphabet. Okay, pick up M next time. So that was very, very strong. We got through 62 games in an hour and a half. So we actually doubled the amount of games we went through with the PlayStation 1 stream, because I did my homework before the stream. But, so just going through, let me go ahead and sort these really quick so we can get a definite answer so far. Let me go data, let me go sort. Let me go... My data has headers. Wait. Why is that? Eh? Sort. Data has headers. There we go. So we just want to do... Should we stream it? Okay. So as of right now... We have no, that's not all. As of right now, we have should say does not say. So we got 51 through 64. Oh, that one didn't mark off. That's what happened. Delete that. There we go. Alright, so sort. So we're going to do that. Oh, my data has headers. Computer! Thank you. We're going to do should we stream it? And then by title. There we go. Okay, so for the potential streaming for the absolutely we're going to do this. Right now we have Ape Escape 2, Arc the Lad Twilight of the Spirits, Blood Will Tell, Bloody Roar 3, Dark Cloud, and Dark Cloud 2 is actually going to be on this list as well, but that's I don't have the disc version, so I wasn't counting it for the PS2 list. Disgaea 2, Dakapon Kingdom, Dot Hack Infection, Dragon Quest 8, Front Mission 4, Grandia 3, Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, Jack X Racing, and Legaia 2 Dual Saga. So those are all the definite yeses. And I'm going to start working on the list that we, like I did on the Discord for the PS2 games, a little bit later. So I'm not like completely burning myself out with this. But we made some hefty progress. So just to put it out, this is the amount of progress we made on this. So it seems like a lot. Until you see this is what we still have to go through. So we're probably about a third of the way done, because I can guarantee you M and S have a shit ton of games just on their own. Because we did 65 games. M on its own has over 20 titles. I'm just going through really quick. R, not that bad. S, we got 1 full page. We got 2 full pages. We got 3 full pages. We got 3 full pages of. We got 3 full pages of S. T, because it counts the. We got almost 3 full pages of T. So we have 20. We have 20 games in M, about 20 to 24 games in S and T, and then the last few pages are just there. But we'll probably have to do 2, maybe 3 more streams of this, just for the PlayStation 2 games. And then, with what we were discussing earlier, we'll have to figure out if we want to do the later consoles as well. But this was very fruitful. I have a lot of things to think about with this, and I'm very appreciative. Go ahead and store this. Come, my friend, and close. Thank you. But I do appreciate your input on these. We will look into doing this. I want to do one of these a week, where we just kind of chat about old games and stuff like that. But thank you very much for your input. There's a lot of things that I'm going to do. Anything that is a sequel to one of the ones that we talked about in the PlayStation 1 stream, we'll probably do them in continuity. So, like, the Front Mission 4 game we'll do after we do a potential Front Mission 3 stream. I'm really hoping they bring Front Mission 3 in as one of the remastered games for either the Switch or for the PlayStation, because I will play them. And if they bring... I believe Front Mission 1 and 2 are already on the Switch. If those are also on the PlayStation, I will probably buy those and try those out, because I've never played the originals. I love going back and playing the older games just to kind of see how they were. But otherwise, this was fun. I actually really enjoy doing these. If I wasn't so tired, it probably would be better. But I'm going to go ahead and get off. I know you need to get ready for dinner. You mentioned that earlier. I do appreciate you coming in and chatting with me. I do like having you as my little guest of honor to say yay or nay on stuff like this. When we start getting more of a crowd that wants to input on future streams, I can bring up this list again, and we can go through the potential and the potential yes, and see if anybody wants to bump them up. That is the great thing. That is the great thing about sitting down and making these lists, is I can actually look. We can do polls as well too. So like, so set up like, what'd you say, like 4 of the yeses together, and say like which one do we want to do next. I would be down with that. I would definitely be down with that. We could do that on. I could set up polls on Twitter and also into the Discord, and then I'll take the top 2 responses from those, and we'll do a stream series of each of those. when the time comes. But as of right now, we are out of time. I know you need to get some stuff done. I highly appreciate everything you did. Thank you to Harley for the fantastic raid, and then I also want to give Candy Bear. Let's see here. What we also got there? We got Candy Bear. We got Game Central. Wasn't there one more? Didn't one other person send some hype? Okay, so Candy Bear, Game Central. Oh. Oh, actually, Hyphen and I just started playing Minecraft. We were considering doing chatting streams, but while playing Minecraft. So, like, just something like I just dig a hole and we chat for, like... Yep, I remember Game Central plays Apex. I could not remember what Candy Bear was liking to play. But, literally, we're considering doing some Minecraft streams where I just dig a hole and we just chat. And we just chat with the people who come in the stream. And it's just the relaxing sound of the blocks breaking as we just have a conversation with people. So, that'll be in the future. I'm going to take about a 2 to 3 hour break. And then I'll be back on with something for like an hour or two later tonight. I know I said I was going to play Spider-Man over the weekend, but it was technical difficulty. Actually, it was user error for the Spider-Man stream yesterday. hey, hey Yuki, welcome in. We just had a massive discussion about PlayStation 2 classics. We've been going on for about an hour and a half now. We made it through 60 odd some games and stuff like that. But we're gonna get off for now. I'll be back on in a few hours, for an actual game stream. I'll choose what I'm gonna play. I'll probably hold off on Spider-Man because I want to try and do a longer stream of that. It was user error yesterday. I actually forgot to charge my headset, so I had to spend the whole day charging that. So figure out what I'm gonna play later tonight. I have a few games lined up that it could be. And I'll just surprise you guys when I decide what I'm going to play. Interesting enough, I was thinking about playing the original Helldivers because I don't have Helldivers 2. The game's done. Like, there's no way to play the game anymore because Super Earth won the war in that game. So, like, the game's, like, closed. Which I find funny. But thank you, everyone who joined in. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the hype. Thank you for chatting with me. Thank you for dropping in. If you guys are available later on, I hope to see you then. But otherwise, have a great day. I'm not going to raid right now. I'm going to take a break. So, bye!